high school football game of the week.
Class 5A football championship game tonight featuring the Huskies of Horizon, the defending 5A champions, against the #1 ranked Knights of St. Mary's. Good evening, everybody. The 1995 season just about history, and we will wind it down here tonight with this championship game, St. Mary's and Horizon. Hello, everybody. I'm George Allen, joined again by Doug Gerlach, and we welcome you aboard ASPN for the final telecast of 1995. And as we saw in that graphic, Doug, to kick it off, it's going to be hard to beat last year's game.
Oh, it really is. Horizon and St. Mary's went right down to the end. It looked as if a young St. Mary's ball club had the state championship won until Horizon won it right at the end of the ball game. Most of those St. Mary's players are back here tonight to take on Horizon, a different Horizon team this year because they lost so many from last year's ball club. But the St. Mary's players, for the most part, are back looking for the state championship that eluded them last year.
It's been a Horizon football team that has had a Cinderella campaign. They started out this season ranked #1 in everybody's publication, and they've lived up to that billing. They're 13-0 heading into this one tonight and could be classified as one of the all-time great state championship teams in state history. How have they gotten to the finals? Let's check it. The opening round, no contest. They rolled past Alhambra 48-0. Their defense limited Alhambra to almost nothing as far as total yardage was concerned. The only real test this team has gotten all season long came in the quarterfinals, where they knocked off a very tough Westwood team 19-13. That was a game where St. Mary's and Westwood were tied in the fourth quarter before the Knights finally scored, then held off a late rally by Westwood to pull out the victory. And then last week, very impressive in knocking off Mountain Point 44-13. They were flawless in that performance.
They really were. Pat Farrell, the St. Mary's head coach, told us at the end of the ball game it was his best game for his ball club all season long. On their first 6 possessions of the football game, they scored touchdowns.
So it was really an outstanding effort on the part of the Knights a week ago. They really got it in gear against the Pride. Key people for St. Mary's, there have been a ton of them here in 1995. None any better than the man who leads the attack at quarterback, Ryan Keeley. Everybody's all-state quarterback. Keeley, with state records as far as touchdown passes are concerned, 79 career touchdowns. He's thrown 37 touchdown passes this year. He's 3 away from the single-season state record held by Tim Rattay of Phoenix Christian. Also, in addition to Keeley, with all those touchdown passes, he does not throw interceptions.
No, he does not. And I think really the play in last week's game, out of so many great plays for St. Mary's, that really symbolized what he means to the St. Mary's ball club in terms of his leadership, his composure, his command, his control of the ball game. He took a snap from center, deep in Mountain Point territory, dropped the snap. He picked it up. Instead of falling on the ball, instead of running with it, instead of panicking, he threw a touchdown pass. That is a very veteran type of performance, and that's what we expect to see from him tonight.
He's got some great receivers to throw to, none better than wideout Tarek McDonald. McDonald has set school records for touchdown catches in a year, for total catches in a year, and for yardage in a season. 70 catches for Tarek McDonald, over 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns, all school records.
He came into last week's game with 60, so you can tell he had 10 receptions last week. And as we mentioned before last week's game against Mountain Point, but it bears repeating tonight, what makes him so effective is not just that he runs great patterns, but he can go up and get the football. And he is almost impossible to defend if Keeley gets the ball in the neighborhood.
The other individual to keep your eye on tonight, Jimmy Sanson. He not only does it with his foot, he is an outstanding kicker for St. Mary's. 6 field goals this year. He had a dozen last year. He has been brilliant. He can run the football, and he can catch it as well. He can do it all.
Well, and he is a very good receiver. He plays some defense. What stands out in my mind last week was the 52-yard field goal that went right down the middle of the field, through the middle of the uprights, and he could have kicked it 62 yards. It had plenty to spare.
Of course, the two coaches for these football teams are good friends. They know each other very well, and they've both been outstanding in their profession. Doug Schaefer of Horizon, an individual who comes from Pennsylvania, and for many years, he and Paradise Valley, Horizon and Paradise Valley, battled it out for league championships. This year, Horizon and St. Mary's find themselves in the same region, in the Desert Valley region, and the record in his 11th year at Horizon has been outstanding for Doug Schaefer. He has posted tremendous records on and off, and Doug Schaefer, whose career record you can see right there, 79 wins, little over 40 losses. And earlier this week, we had a chance to visit with Doug, and we asked him what it would take if he hoped to beat St. Mary's tonight.
Number one, naturally, their offense is outstanding. They have some of the best athletes in the state. You talk about Keeley, McDonald, Sanson, O'Malley, Ferendorf. I mean, we don't have enough players to stop them. We're going to try, but what a lot of people don't realize is their defense is playing lights out right now. They stopped us, they shut us out in the last game, and we're going to try and do a better job on offense, move the ball when we get in the red zone, try and score, which we didn't do last time.
Head coach Doug Schaefer of the Horizon Huskies. 7 straight playoff appearances for this Horizon team. They're finally starting to get some recognition.
Well, and the interesting thing about Horizon is from 1989 to 93, they never lost more than 2 games during the regular season, made the playoffs each of those 5 years, and were eliminated either in the first or second game. Last year, they lost 3 regular season games and won the state championship. This year, they lose 5 regular season games, and they're back playing for the state championship.
The man he's going against tonight, kind of the dean of coaches in high school football. The guy most people look upon as maybe the best coach in the state of Arizona, and that is Pat Farrell. He is in his 18th year at the helm of the Knights of St. Mary's. He's a former St. Mary's player. He played in 3 state championship games during his tenure at St. Mary's, and he has won 3 state titles here with the Knights. He's been runner-up 1 other time. He knows what it's like to be in pressure situations, and earlier this week, he told us what he thinks it's going to take tonight to win his 4th state championship.
Well, certainly both sides of the football are crucial in a state championship game. I'm still one of those guys that believes in the old adage that defense wins championships, and certainly that is a priority for us. If we cannot consistently stop Horizon, they're obviously going to put some points on the board. We're going to have to play catch-up on offense. If, however, we can have some success on defense, it'll enable us to mix up the pass and run offensively, and I think we're a better team when we are able to use that flexibility and maybe keep that defense of theirs off guard a little bit.
Head coach Pat Farrell of St. Mary's. You've heard from both head coaches. This is an interesting matchup this year in one aspect. Last year, the roles were entirely reversed. St. Mary's came in as the underdog, kind of nothing to lose. Horizon was preseasonally ranked #1, and they held that ranking. They got knocked off a few times during the season, but when playoff came time, they got it rolling. This year, it's just the opposite. Horizon's the team that's coming on at the right time, but St. Mary's has been a solid team all year long. They're going to be hard to beat.
Well, they are. They are a heavy favorite. If history, however, appeals to you, try this. 10 years ago, St. Mary's was here for the state championship against a team that had lost 5 games during the regular season. That was Apollo. Apollo led in the 4th quarter. St. Mary's won it near the end. If we see a repeat, we're in for a tremendous ball game.
Should be a good one tonight. We're glad you're with us. This is our final telecast of high school football for 1995. It's the Class 5A State Football Championship game. Horizon and St. Mary's. We'll come back, tee it up, and get it underway from Sun Devil Stadium after these words. Just prior to the season. Ranked #1 from the start of the season, they have never relinquished that #1 ranking. As a matter of fact, they come into this football game tonight ranked in the top 5 in the West in USA Today's football rankings. They're the Horizon Huskies. What a year they've had. As Doug pointed out earlier, they lost 4 of their first 6 football games, sitting 2-4 after 6 games on the season, only to come back, finish the regular season 5-5, get the number 14 seed out of 16 seeds in the playoffs, and motor here to the finals against St. Mary's. And what a road it's been through the playoffs. 2 one-point victories for Horizon, and then they cap it off with a huge win a week ago against the Toros of Mountain View. It's a football team that has built confidence throughout the season, certainly throughout the playoffs, but this St. Mary's football team is a team with tremendous talent. They are so hard to defend, Doug Gerlach. They do it all. They can throw it, they can run it, and they've got the guy who can really pull the trigger in Keeley.
Well, and he really makes the offense go, but so does McDonald. They've got Ferendorf they can throw to. They have Sanson they can throw to. We saw Fangman last week against Mountain Point. He ran 75 yards for a touchdown, and maybe, even though the game was a rout, that was really a big play at that time because it came so suddenly, and whatever steam Mountain Point had at that point really left them when he ran the 75 yards. They can hurt you so many ways offensively. Obviously, that makes them tough to defend. But what Doug Schaefer said and what Pat Farrell emphasized, St. Mary's defense, and it has been tough all year long. St. Mary's has not allowed more than 2 touchdowns in any game. So when you have a quarterback like Keeley, who figures to get you at least 2 touchdowns, if not more, you figure to go undefeated, and that's how they've done it.
No question. They've given up, if you can believe it, 68 total points in 13 games this year. Just unbelievable to think that a team could give up that few number of points, and you can see right there they have shut out 6 opponents this year, including Horizon. They knocked off Horizon 28-0 in the final regular season game. It was a very close football game at the half. The Knights only led 7-0.
It was 7-0. St. Mary's scored a first quarter touchdown, and then after three-quarter it was only 14-0. St. Mary's adding a touchdown in the third quarter and then two more in the fourth to pull away 28-0. But the statistics were somewhat even in this respect. First downs almost even, 17-12. Yards rushing, St. Mary's had an edge of about 30 yards. Passing is where St. Mary's really built up the difference. They had 100 yards more through the air than did Horizon. In the turnover department, St. Mary's did turn the ball over twice, but so did Horizon, so they're evenly balanced in that category. But you're right. Horizon gave them the battle. Really, you can make a case, gave them the battle for three quarters and then ran out of gas in the fourth.
By the way, we might point out, as far as turnovers are concerned, St. Mary's just does not beat itself. They do not turn it over. Their total turnover for the entire season, only 10 turnovers all season long. They're going to be hard to beat if they play their game, but that's why they play the game on the field and not on paper. Horizon and St. Mary's set to decide who's best in Class 5A in high school football in Arizona. We'll come back with more from Sun Devil Stadium in just a moment. And St. Mary's. Last time these two teams met, November 9th of this year. St. Mary's prevailed 28-0. The game played at Horizon. If you look at the all-time series, St. Mary's leads 9-2. Matter of fact, Horizon did not get a win in this series until 1993, when they beat St. Mary's at Phoenix College. These teams have split their last 4 meetings with each other. So the captain's at midfield. Let's go down to midfield for the flip of the coin for tonight's championship game.
As a crew, we want to congratulate you guys for getting to the championship game. We also want to let you know, as captains of the team, we look at you for any sportsmanship and to promote sportsmanship among your teams. Okay, St. Mary's is the home team. You're the visitors team, so you're going to call the toss. I want you to call it while it's in the air. If I drop it, we're going to retoss it, okay? Listen to the toss. Here we go.
Tails.
Tails, just heads. Shoot. Joyce, going to defer to the second half. Which goal do you guys want the ball, right?
Backs this 4 o'clock.
You want to receive?
Yeah.
Which goal do you want to defend? Okay, now I want you to step out with me one step here. Come back in here. Okay, which goal you guys want to defend back here? That one? You guys want to put your backs over here? You guys want to line up with me and Horizon? Line up right here.
With Horizon's option, the Huskies have elected to receive.
So
Let's shake hands again, guys.
We'll get the football to start the game. As St. Mary's won the toss, they will defer their option to the second half, and they will kick to Horizon to open the ball game. Records to compare during the decade of the 90s. St. Mary's, 66 wins, only 13 losses throughout the decade thus far, while Horizon has won 57, lost 15, and tied 1 here in the decade of the 90s, both with outstanding football programs. We mentioned Horizon, 7 straight years now to the state playoffs. St. Mary's, incredibly, has made 16 consecutive state playoff appearances. They've made 17 under the guidance of Pat Farrell. There's Doug Schaefer. Schaefer, who has done such a brilliant job for this football team. We told you he comes from Pennsylvania, from McKeesport, played quarterback and defensive back, graduated from Clarion State College in Pennsylvania, where he played defensive back for a couple of years, coached at McKeesport High School in Shadow Mountain before coming to Horizon in 1980. Became the head coach in 85. On the other side of the field, Pat Farrell. Took over the coaching reins in 1978 from Pat Lavin. Former St. Mary's player, played on the Night State Championship teams in 67 and 68, played on the St. Mary's team that made it back to the finals at 89, or rather 69, losing to Central High School. He once intercepted 4 passes in a game against Brophy back in 1969. He had 9 interceptions that year when he made All-State. Couple of coaches have paid their dues. They've done a great job as head coaches at their particular schools. Last year, they met each other in a classic championship game. Horizon won it in the final 24 seconds. They're back again here in 95 to determine who's best in the state of Arizona in high school football. Jim Sanson will kick it off for St. Mary's. Not many people return kickoffs for Sanson. He's known as someone who generally drives it out of the end zone. He approaches the football, and we're underway with the title game for 1995. There'll be no run back on this one. They'll cut out to the 20, and Horizon will put it in play. 1st and 10 from that point. Horizon, again, the mark of 8 and 5. They've won 6 of their last 7 football games. Take a look at the offensive setup for the Huskies of Horizon. Abel at quarterback, Gubernick and Rhodes the running back, Patterson the wing, Moore the tight end, and Montejunas the split end. Up front, Whittington and McCullum on the left side, Brooks the center, Benson and Sparks on the right side. First snap of the football game. Double wing formation, Horizon. Abel looks over the defense. Lone running back is Gubernick. He's got the handoff. Up the middle. And Gubernick still driving ahead. And Gubernick gets about 7 yards out to about the 27-yard line, where he's finally stacked up and dropped. So the first play from scrimmage, they get good yardage, call it a gain of 7, and make it 2nd and 3. St. Mary's defensively. It's a great front line with Hill and Gonzalez, Simon just a sophomore, and Fangman at the other end. The linebacking trio, O'Malley, Bellis, and Spong, you'll find none better. And the secondary, Pacheco, Stark, Sanson, and McDonald, tough to complete anything through that secondary. 2nd down and 3 for Horizon. Just underway from Sun Devil Stadium. They start Denning in motion. Hand the ball all this time to Rhodes, and Rhodes, looking for running room, is knocked down at about the 28-yard line.
Bellis, number 50, coming up from his linebacker position to make the stop there. Short of the first down, it'll be 3rd down.
So 3rd down coming up, and after a gain of 7 on 1st down, a gain of 2 more there on 2nd down, so it's now 3rd and 1 for Horizon.
George, I think we have a change in the Horizon lineup as we gave it 65. Ryan Kelly is starting at right tackle in place of Whittington.
So Kelly at the starting tackle, replacing the junior Merritt Whittington. 3rd and 1. Give it off to the halfback, running through. 1st down, hand off to Mike Rhodes. It's a 1st down. Horizon, the initial 1st down of the football game. Rhodes has had a great year. 1,157 yards, 15 touchdowns coming in. He has caught 18 passes out of the backfield as well. He's also one of the leading kickoff return men in the state, averaging 35 yards a kickoff return.
On this play, he runs up behind 62 Sparks and 61 Benson. Tackle and guard over on the left side. They didn't open much of a hole, but it was big enough for him to get the 1st down.
If you want a chance to beat St. Mary's, ball control, a key. They start Sam Patterson in motion. Abel, with all kinds of time, looks for running room now, breaks out of the pack, and Greg Abel is out to the 40-yard line. He's finally knocked down a yard short of a 1st down. Bellis came up from the linebacking spot to put a hit on him. Jim Hill was there as well. Both of them first-team all-region selections for St. Mary's. But Abel, finding all of his receivers covered, found some running room.
He didn't spend a lot of time back there looking for his receivers. He saw everything open up for him in front of him, and he took off, came up just short of the 1st down.
It is now 3rd and 1. Hand the ball off to Rhodes. Rhodes breaks a tackle. He's got the 1st down. He's out to about the 43-yard line, and Horizon maintains possession.
Bellis came up from his middle linebacker position, had a hand on him behind the line of scrimmage, but that's not enough to stop a back of the quality of Rhodes. He broke loose, and he gets the 1st down. So the Huskies getting the opening kickoff and start moving the football right off the bat.
Great numbers for Rhodes, leading scorer on the team with 108 points, 2,030 all-purpose yards. He had a great running game against Amphi in the opening playoff game this year when he scored 3 touchdowns in Horizon's 24-23 win. 1st down Huskies from the 43. Rhodes in motion. Abel, quick drop, looks, Lannon, knocked down. Knocking it down to the 31, linebacker Willie Spong, the 5'10 junior who bats it away, and it'll be 2nd down.
Abel was looking for Berkestrand, who was split wide to the right side. McDonald was on Berkestrand in man coverage, but behind him. However, Spong from his linebacker position dropped back, got in the way, and knocked it away. It's 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for Horizon. 9:05 to go opening period. Championship game, Class 5A from Sun Devil Stadium. Horizon and St. Mary's. Saguaro won the 4A championship tonight, beating Ironwood 42-7. Give it to Rhodes, and Rhodes is hit by Bellis and knocked down. Also coming up was Fangman from the defensive end position to make the stop. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Huskies. That time, St. Mary's defense read it correctly.
Yeah, Bellis obviously getting a key because he's coming from a linebacker position and is in the backfield as quick as anyone.
Bellis on the season, 1 sack, 3 fumble recoveries, 1 pass interception. He is solid. Number 50 on his night green uniform. 3rd down and about 13 to go for the Huskies. Ball pull at the 41-yard line, their own 41. They bring Denning in motion to the near side of the field. Abel wants to throw. Pressure, rolling out. He's knocked down. He gets rid of the pass, and they call it an incomplete pass. And again, it was Fangman putting on the pressure from the defensive end position.
Fangman was in his face almost as soon as the ball was snapped. Abel knew he had to try to make something out of the play. He's lucky he wasn't tackled. He got the ball off at the last possible second. Here you see Fangman fighting off the block, and then he starts to wrap up Abel.
From that replay right there, I thought Abel's knee was down before he got rid of the ball, but they called it an incomplete pass.
May have been. It looked as if the ball was still in his hand, and he was on the ground.
Kevin Huff the punt. You see his numbers right there. 31.5-yard average. Ball off the side of his foot. Bad kick going out of bounds, and St. Mary's is going to get great field position for their initial possession tonight. There's a penalty marker down, however.
Greg Gums, number 48, ran into Huff.
So a personal foul called against St. Mary's. Knights putting pressure on the punter, Kevin Huff. And we'll hear the call.
Roughing the kicker on the defense. 15 yards, first down.
So a roughing the kicker call against St. Mary's. You get another look, and it gives Horizon a first down.
This wasn't close. Gums just missed it. So the Huskies now in St. Mary's territory for the first time tonight on their first possession. Big play right there. They got a break.
That man, Pat Farrell, was leery of this game, believe me. The one game he was scared of a little bit in the playoffs, I think, was the Westwood game, and he read that correctly because the Warriors play the Knights very tough year in and year out. And I think Pat knew coming into this one, Horizon would be ready. And thus far, they've maintained possession of the football. Hand the ball off. Rhodes looking for running room. Rhodes inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line. He got about 6 yards on that carry. It's going to be second down at about 4.
They pulled Benson and Sparks, did Horizon High, pulled them from the left side to the right side. They threw blocks in the backfield, and that allowed Rhodes at least to get to the line of scrimmage. Although he didn't have much help in front of him once he got to that point, but still made a good gain out of it.
We told you Rhodes scored 3 touchdowns in the Windover Amphitheater. He had 2 touchdowns against South Mountain in the quarterfinals while rushing for 81 yards, and he rushed for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win last week against Mountain View. He is a good one. Hand the ball off to Gubernick off the left side. Not much running room there as the Knights stack it up. Spong there along with Mike Gonzalez. Willie Spong is a junior. Scott Simon is a sophomore in the defensive alignment. All the other defensive starters are seniors for St. Mary's. But don't let that kid you. They'll be right back with a good football team next year because their freshman and JV teams had 5 seasons. The freshman team, the only mar on their record was a 6-6 tie with the Horizon freshmen. Matter of fact, St. Mary's and Horizon, neither team lost a game, the freshman team. Gubernick runs into heavy traffic, falls forward near the first down marker. He got it over the 35. He gets a spot near the 34. Going to be very close. They may bring out the chains. They will.
Oh, you're right. This is close. If he picked up the first down, it is by less than the length of the football.
This has been a great drive by Horizon to start the game, and this is what you want to do. If you want to give yourself a chance to beat St. Mary's, they tell you, keep Ryan Keeley in the offense off the field for St. Mary's. That's what they've done with this drive.
And they've eaten up almost half of the first quarter without Keeley and the Knights touching the football.
They've eaten up 5.5 minutes of the clock, and they got another first down. So the roughing the kicker penalty kept the drive alive for Horizon. Now they've gotten another first down, and they have the ball inside the 35 of the Knights. Algis Montejunas comes in to bring the play in from head coach Doug Schaefer to Greg Abel. Abel on the season, 2,012 yards and 15 touchdowns. He has been rock solid for Horizon. Gubernick and Rhodes at the running back position. Abel, play action, throws, wide open, got his man, Jason Moore. And Moore, the big tight end, is inside the 25. He's got another first down. Moore on the season, 17 catches, 235 yards and a touchdown. He had 3 catches against Mountain View a week ago for 41 yards, including a 16-yard touchdown.
Good play action. Moore lined up as a tight end on the right side. He just angled across the middle of the field with the play action. It froze the linebackers a little bit. He got wide open, and the Huskies continue to move.
There you see what they've done on this particular drive and as much time as they have eaten up on this drive. Been very impressive for Horizon here at the outset of the game. Rhodes, motion, inside handoff, Patterson. Patterson breaks free, and then is stopped up, and he's hit and dropped. Still got about 5 yards on the play. Sanson came up. Gonzalez slowed him down. Sanson finished him off. Inside handoff that time to Sam Patterson.
He may have been one step away from breaking it.
209 yards rushing on the year for Patterson. He's a senior. And last week against Mountain View, he had a 44-yard touchdown run offensively. And defensively, he had a pass interception and forced a fumble in that victory over the Toros last week. Double wideouts to the far side of the field. Patterson flanked to the near side for Horizon. They bring Rhodes in motion and give it off up the middle. Gubernick finds a hole, and Gubernick is down to the 10. That's another first down Horizon, and they're knocking on the door early in this one.
It looked as if it was 31 Spong who slowed him down. He started to cause him to lose his balance, and that turns out to be a touchdown-saving play. Here you get a closer look at it.
Boy, that Horizon offensive line has done a great job on this drive.
I was wrong. It wasn't Spong. It was number 2, Dave Stock, who really saved the touchdown on that play for St. Mary's.
It is first and goal, Horizon. The nose of the football's inside the 10. Gubernick runs into Bellis, who throws him down at the 8. Got a couple. It'll be second down and goal to go. The St. Mary's Knights have shut out 6 opponents this year, including Horizon, back on November the 9th. But on this initial drive tonight, in this championship game, Horizon has moved from its own 20 to the 8 of St. Mary's, and they've eaten up almost 8 minutes of the clock in doing it. Abel wants to throw. Look, throws. Touchdown! Jason Moore, the tight end. Horizon's on the board. Greg Abel, an 8-yard touchdown pass to the 6'6" senior tight end Jason Moore, and Horizon leads 6-0. What a drive.
Well, 8 seconds shy of an 8-minute drive. They did get a big break on the penalty, but otherwise just very solid execution. They marched it right at the Knights and right down the Knights.
So Moore hauls in the touchdown pass. Now the try for point after. Huff with the kick on the way. It is good. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the opening period. St. Mary's is yet to touch the football. And on this 8-yard touchdown pass from Greg Abel to Jason Moore, Horizon has taken a 7-0 lead. Abel got the time he needed, and you can't look for a much better target than Jason Moore. You talk about a great tight end, 6'6", 230 pounds.
I don't know if Horizon coming into this game was questioning itself even just slightly because of the fact they had lost 28-0 to St. Mary's on the final night of the regular season. But that drive, as much as anything, I think is important as far as Horizon is concerned, because they have to be going back to the bench right now saying, we can play with these guys. They are not going to roll us over.
Pat Farrell told me at the end of the season, after playing Horizon, that Horizon played them as tough, if not tougher than anybody during the season. He said they are a good, solid football team. Jim Sanford, the athletic director of St. Mary's, told me at the start of the playoffs, watch out for Horizon. Despite their 5-5 record, they are going to be a team to be reckoned with. They knew what they were talking about. On that drive, Mike Rhodes, 12 yards rushing, Gubernick at 20, Patterson 5 yards, Abel at 8 yards rushing. I mean, everybody chipped in on that particular drive. They kicked the ball off. Sanson to McDonald. Tarek McDonald spins, and he stood up at the 15 and knocked down right there. In for Horizon, Ryan Shook, 5'9" senior, to make the tackle, and St. Mary's goes to work 1st and 10. From the 15-yard line, the Knights take over. And here comes the offensive machine on the field with Keeley, O'Malley the full, Fangman at halfback, Sanson the wingback, Farendorf great tight end, McDonald probably the best wide out around. Gomez and Anthony, Andrew Gonzalez great center, Hill and Guerra solid blocking offensive line. Double wing St. Mary's. These teams almost mirror each other sometimes. Hand the ball off to Fangman. Fangman on a sweep. He is knocked down after a gain of about 3. The first guy who had a shot at him was Ryan Shook. He got away from Shook and was finally brought down after a gain of about 3 yards. Ryan Amanati, one of the outside linebackers. Coach's son, Rich Amanati, one of the coaches for Horizon. Defensively, Denning and Adams, along with Sell and Ivy up front for Horizon. The linebackers, Flores, Shook, and Amanati. And the secondary, Patterson, Irvine, Marky Antonio, and Derek Black. Second down, call it 7 Knights. Their first possession of the game. Keeley drops the throw, throws it out. Farendorf, tight end, dragged down over the 25. He's got a first down. Finally brought down out there by Steve Flores, the outside linebacker. But Greg Farendorf, 23 catches coming into the game for over 330 yards and 6 touchdowns. He is a great tight end. We're looking at 2 excellent tight ends here tonight.
And when you have a quarterback who is as capable as Keeley, this play is almost impossible to stop, because Farendorf takes 1-2 steps off the line of scrimmage and then breaks to the sideline. There's no way to cover it if the ball is delivered correctly, and Keeley can do it.
I don't think we've seen any team figure out a way to get to Keeley this year. Very few teams have been able to put any pressure on him. Injured player on the sideline for Horizon. Hand the ball off to Fangman on the inside handoff. He gets a couple out to near the 29-yard line. And Fangman, who for the Knights this year, 800 yards and 6 touchdowns, the leading rusher for St. Mary's this year. He had over 100 yards rushing in the opening playoff win against Alhambra. And last week, as Doug pointed out earlier, had a 75-yard touchdown run in the win over Mountain Point. Eric Fangman, good size, 6'2", 190. He's a senior. Second down, Keeley, play action, rolling right, looking downfield, has time. He's going to keep it now, and he's going to be hit and knocked down well shy of first down yardage. Coming over there was Ryan Shook again, the middle backer, and that time good coverage in the secondary by Horizon.
Outstanding coverage. McDonald was covered, Sanson was covered, Farendorf. There was nobody open. Keeley did a good job keeping the ball and getting what he could, because if he had put the ball anywhere near a Knights receiver, he really would have been forcing it.
One thing you will not see this quarterback do is throw it up for grabs. He is a very intelligent quarterback, and rather than throw it that time, he decided to keep it, and it brings up third down now. 3rd and about 5 for the Knights at the 32. 7-0 Horizon leading. First period winding down. Keeley with pressure, throws, completes it. Out over the 45, no, incomplete. They say it hit the ground. They say it hit the ground. Jimmy Sanson, the intended receiver, and they wave it incomplete. It'll be 4th down. The Knights will have to punt.
Keeley took a pretty good shot just after he delivered the football. He's up and running off. He's okay. But a little message sent by the Huskies right there.
Here's another look at the pass. Keeley feeling pressure, and right there takes a shot after he releases.
That's Deming, 84, who made the first hit on him. Look at McDonald. I mean, that's the man they want to go to. He is being blanketed.
They fake the punt. The pass is away. It is complete. How many times do we see Pat Farrell put trick plays into the book? He works it right there.
As Joe Fierros, number 81, left all alone, and Doug Schaefer not happy that his team fell asleep.
Doug Schaefer, better than anybody, knows Pat Farrell's trickery. And he is unhappy that his team did not play smart on defense that time. That's a first down.
Well, and I'll tell you something else that play shows. It shows you the respect that Pat Farrell has for this Horizon Ball Club. He doesn't like the way this game is started. He says, I got to do something to come after you.
So the Knights keep it alive. 1st and 10 from midfield. They start Fangman in motion. Hand the ball off. Charlie O'Malley up the middle. And O'Malley rumbles down to the 36-yard line. That's another first down. Patterson finally drops him, but a gain of 14 on the run by Charlie O'Malley. Came into the game as the 2nd leading rusher for St. Mary's. There are his numbers on the season. And against Horizon the first time around this year, O'Malley rushed for 71 yards on 14 carries, including a 15-yard touchdown run.
Rather unusual way to start the ball game. The 2 biggest plays here in the first quarter are punts. A roughing the kicker penalty on St. Mary's that allowed Horizon to keep its drive going, and now a fake punt by St. Mary's.
We have under 50 seconds to go in the opening period. Pitch the ball back. O'Malley on a sweep. Looks for running room. Kicks away from one tackle and then wrapped up and dropped by Shook, who has played a solid game early in this one at linebacker. Going to be a loss on the play, or a gain maybe of about a yard. Maybe a gain of a yard.
It was Mark Antonio, number 3, who came up from the secondary for Horizon to slow him up before the tackle was made. But give credit to Mark Antonio for really disrupting the play. 9th
play of this drive coming up for St. Mary's. Horizon went on an 80-yard drive the first time they touched the football, and they got the score on an 8-yard pass from Abel to Jason Moore.
I know we haven't had a game this year, and we may not have had a game in many years, where each team touched the ball only once in the first quarter.
You bring up an interesting point. I'll touch on it in just a moment. Maybe the final play of the first period. Keeley looking, throwing long, got a man down there. Sanson, touchdown St. Mary's. Jimmy Sanson on a 36-yard scoring strike from Ryan Keeley. And it's 7-6 with the point up coming on the final play of the opening quarter. Oh, what a throw by Keeley. Sanson will come on now. He'll try the extra point. On the final play of this opening period, Keeley throws a scoring strike to Sanson. Jim Sanson on the year, 51 of 61 in the extra point category. Out of the hold of Keeley. On the way, good. That was the final play of the first quarter. At the end of one here at Sun Devil Stadium for the 5A state championship. St. Mary's 7, Horizon 7. We'll be right back. So well, the pump fake. And you can watch him here. He gets the protection. There's the pump fake. And Sanson breaks down the field, and Keeley lays it right on the money. You see he's got the defender beat, and right there for the touchdown.
I'm not sure that that's the defender who was beat, George. I think there was a zone. They were in zone coverage, and whoever had the deep zone there just didn't get over in time.
Abel calls signals. Rhodes starts in motion. Hand the ball off to Mike Rhodes. Rhodes away from one tackler. And backing him up from behind is Bellis, who drags him down to about the 22 or 23.
But that play was really made by 33 Charlie O'Malley, who shot through from his linebacker position and slowed the play down in the backfield and stopped it from being what potentially could have been a big gain. You know, we've been talking a lot about that already tonight. Bellis, O'Malley, you got linebackers that are really busting up in there quite quickly, just right after the ball is snapped for St. Mary's.
Berkestrand goes to the far side of the field. There's a wide out for Horizon. Abel calls signals, hands the ball off. Rhodes looking for running room, can't find any. He is wrapped up and dropped by Scott Simon, the defensive tackle, just a sophomore.
A terrific job by Simon on that play. He would not allow himself to be blocked and made the play single-handedly.
This is a big play for Horizon. They'd like to pick up a first down and maintain possession. St. Mary's has a little momentum now after scoring that touchdown. Horizon doesn't want to give it right back to them again.
Well, and give it back so quickly.
Right. Montejunas a wide out. They line up in the I formation this time. Rhodes the deep back. Abel looks over the defense. Play action. He has time. He will throw. It's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. Sanson was there. The pass intended for Denning, and Sanson almost had it picked off. It's incomplete. It's fourth down Horizon. They'll have to punt it away.
Talk about throwing into a crowd. Sanson was there. Stoff was there.
Good coverage by St. Mary's that time. And so Huff will have to punt it away. Kevin Huff standing back inside his 10, awaiting the snap. Sanson and Stoff back deep. Huff gets the kick away. Coming down by Stoff, fair catch at the 49 of St. Mary's. Knights in great shape to start this possession. First and 10. 7-7 the score. 10:36 left first half. State championship game, Class 5A from Sun Devil Stadium. George Allen and Doug Gerlach with you. Nice to have you aboard. 27 yards only on that punt by Kevin Huff. Our congratulations to the Saguaro SaberCats, Class 4A champions. They won the first game here tonight, 42-7 over the Eagles of Ironwood. Sanson in motion. Keeley long count. Turns to throw. No pressure. Now he feels some. Gets it away incomplete. That one could have been picked off. He tried to hit Stoff, and coming in defensively was Derek Black from the corner to make the defensive play.
Black really did a nice job because Stoff was trying to get himself in an open area, trying to make something happen after breaking off his pattern. And sometimes what you will see is the defenders will lose their receivers. Not this time with Black. He stuck right with Stoff, and Keeley had to settle for the incomplete pass.
David Stoff over there on the season, 13 catches, 214 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Stoff caught a 34-yard touchdown pass from Tarek McDonald in the win over Westwood in the quarterfinals. Hand the ball off to Charlie O'Malley. Gets about 3 as he goes off the left side over midfield down into Horizon territory. Denning, one of the players in on the tackle, and Nate Adams, the defensive tackle as well. So it's going to bring up third down at about 7 for St. Mary's.
Keeley right now has thrown 4 passes in the game. We have yet to see him throw in McDonald's direction.
There's so many things you have to worry about doing when you play St. Mary's. Do you double Tarek McDonald? If you do, who are you leaving open? They've got other great receivers. Farendor for one. They can swing it to Fangman coming out of the backfield, and they've got Sanson as well. They have a lot of weapons, this team. Keeley to throw again. Has time. There's the screen to O'Malley. O'Malley cuts it inside. He's down to the 40. He's got a first down. He got the first down by a yard.
St. Mary's with a well-executed play. The Knights really had the Huskies spread out, especially over here on the near sideline. They had a couple of receivers going deep who really cleared Husky defenders out of the way. The only man who might have had a shot to stop this short of the first down was Aminati, the number 31. But O'Malley is able to get the first down yardage by a couple of yards, and the Knights are still in business.
I have yet to see a quarterback in all the years I've watched high school football who can get the ball away feeling pressure like Keeley can. And he can drop it right in there. He felt pressure that time and got the screen right in the arms of O'Malley, who now moves it ahead for a gain of about 3. Charlie O'Malley. Tackle made by Tim Bell, the defense, or rather Tim Sell, the defensive tackle. O'Malley on the season, 10 catches, 138 yards, and a touchdown. Pat Farrell over on the sidelines, bidding for his 4th state championship. The Knights won back-to-back titles in 84 and 85 under Farrell's guidance. Came back in 1991, won a state title, and now they're looking for their 4th here in 95. O'Malley, the lone setback. Play action. Keeley over the middle. Got Sanson down to the 25. Wrapped up there and dropped. But that's another first down for St. Mary's.
Sanson circled out of the backfield as Keeley froze linebackers with the play action, faking the handoff inside. Sanson was a couple of steps in front of the nearest defender, and this is an easy pass for Keeley to complete.
Ryan Keeley, the first sophomore to start at quarterback for St. Mary's since Steve Bellis back in 1984, and Keeley's been brilliant in 3 years at quarterback. That touchdown pass, by the way, earlier in the game to Sanson, his 80th career touchdown toss. There's the inside handoff to Sanson, who moves ahead for a gain of a couple. By the way, it was also his 38th touchdown pass of the season. He is too shy now of the single-season state record for TD passes in a year, held by Tim Rattay of Phoenix Christian. Of course, his father, Jim Rattay, the former coach at Mesa High. Keeley tonight, 4 of 6, 64 yards and a touchdown. And with all the throwing Keeley does, he has only thrown 3 interceptions all year. Knights on the move, looking to break the 7-7 tie. Second period, Keeley back, throws, finds Sanson alone over the middle. Sanson kicks away. He's inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, Knights. Jim Sanson.
Sanson was underneath. McDonald was about 10 yards behind him, and it really looks as if, at least on that play, Horizon is preoccupied with McDonald, and here comes Sanson across the middle to pick up the pass.
Boy, he can go to so many receivers, Ken Keeley, and he sees the field so well. By the way, Sanson, in the earlier meeting against Horizon back on November 9th, caught a 7-yard touchdown pass in the Knights' 28-0 win. He also had 2 touchdowns in the opening playoff win over Alhambra. Lone running back is O'Malley. They start Fangman in motion. They give the ball to Fangman. Fangman, 6'2", 190-pound senior, sweeps down to about the 6-yard line where he's stacked up. It'll be second down and goal to go. 6:55 left, first half. A 7-7 tie, Horizon and St. Mary's.
We're seeing a different approach from St. Mary's offensively tonight when compared to what they did last week. Last week they came out throwing. They threw and threw and threw and every once in a while ran. Tonight it seems as if Pat Farrell's more intent on to establish a ground game against the defense that Horizon is throwing at it.
Excellent crowd here tonight for this championship game. I'll tell you what, when St. Mary's makes it to the championship game, they've got to have more alumni than anybody else in the state of Arizona because they pack their side of the field. Pump fake Keeley, plenty of time. Looking, gets it away, it's tipped and knocked down. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
If you look over at the St. Mary's bench right now, you see a couple of coaches in yellow jackets pointing to the corner of the end zone. Sanson came out of the backfield on the right side, went straight across the field, and then turned back upfield. Keeley didn't see him. Sanson was all alone in the far corner of the end zone.
Keeley just getting that pass away before he was hit. And so now it's 3rd down and goal. The ball on the 6-yard line. Tied at 7. St. Mary's in the midst of a drive that started at their own 49. Double wing with Spong and Sanson on the wing. Lone running back O'Malley. And a timeout on the field. Timeout called by Horizon. With 6:13 to go, opening half, it's a 7-7 tie. The Horizon Huskies, they started this run in the playoffs back in 1989 when they lost to Mountain View in the first round of the playoffs. Then in 1990, they went 9-1-1, lost to Corona in the opening round, lost to Corona again in the quarters in 91. In 92, Horizon lost to Mesa in the quarterfinals. 93, lost to Mesa in the first round of the playoffs before winning it all a year ago. The Phoenix Suns on pay-per-view. And the next pay-per-view telecast comes your way on December 12th. The Charlotte Hornets will be at America West Arena to tackle the Suns, and you'll want to be part of it. Call the cable company in your area, the telephone number on your screen, to sign up for pay-per-view. The Charlotte Hornets and the Phoenix Suns on Cox Communications. Meanwhile, the Knights of St. Mary's, we mentioned they're making their 16th consecutive playoff appearance. It started in 1981. It is 3rd down and goal from the 6. Keeley brings him up. McDonald split to the far side. He is yet to catch a pass. Now they lob to him. It is knocked down in the end zone. I don't think Keeley got that ball high enough where McDonald could outjump the opposition. That's what he wanted to do.
Keeley has thrown better passes in his career than that one. He really underthrew McDonald, didn't give him a chance to get it. And then back there was Mark Antonio, number 3 for Horizon, and also number 44, Patterson, both back there. Actually, Patterson is the man closer. In fact, if Patterson, with a little luck, Patterson could have batted it right into Mark Antonio's hands. It was that close.
Sanson to try a field goal out of the hold of Keeley. It'll be a 24-yarder to give St. Mary's the lead. Ball down, kick on the way, and it is no good. Sanson misses a chip shot from 24 yards away. And this game remains tied at 7. Well, Doug, you saw him kick one from 52 a week ago, right down the middle, and here he misses a chipper from 24 yards out.
And Horizon, with another morale booster, they hold St. Mary's after the Knights get inside the 10-yard line, and then get the break when a very reliable kicker cannot connect. So here we are, halfway through the second quarter, and it's still tied up.
Sanson, 6 of 11 in field goals this year coming into this game, so he's now at 500. 22 career field goals in a brilliant career at St. Mary's. Score remains tied. Horizon the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20. Greg Abel has Rhodes go in motion. And they give it to Gubernick, and Gubernick tries the right side. And Gubernick, look at him fight for yardage, out to the 26. Good tough running by a tough running back, Brian Gubernick. He's only a junior.
Mike Gonzalez, number 77 for St. Mary's, who's a pretty good football player and a good tackler, had him wrapped up, and Gubernick wouldn't go down. He dragged Gonzalez about 4 yards.
Boy, a good hard run by Gubernick. 6 carries for 26 yards in the game now for this 5'9 junior.
That's Gonzalez, 77 right there, finally getting him down.
That's a great effort right there. 2nd down at about 4 for Horizon. Patterson in motion. David Stoff came up along with Spong, and they really stuffed that play.
Now, that's about the only way you can describe it. It was a stuff play for sure.
So not much to gain at all on that play. Call it no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go. Horizon took the opening kickoff of this game and drove 80 yards down the field. Greg Abel hit tight end Jason Moore for an 8-yard touchdown pass. It was 7-0 Horizon. St. Mary's got the ball back, and they drove down the field. 36-yard touchdown pass, Keeley to Sanson. The kick was good, and it was 7-7. Sanson just missed a 24-yard field goal a minute or two ago. Abel with plenty of time, can't find anybody, wants to run, and Abel's out over the 35 to about the 37. He's got a first down.
Now, the thing is, that was not a well-executed play by the Knights defense, because Abel had Deming, number 84, open for a moment. He could have thrown for the first down, but the temptation was too great to resist. He has nothing but turf in front of him right here, and he takes off and easily picks up the first down.
But one thing I like about Abel, he didn't waste any time. He got back there, he took a look, he saw his players covered, and he decided he was going to run right now. 5 rushing first downs for Horizon so far. Abel's got 2 carries in the game, 19 yards. He drops the throw, he's going to be hit and knocked down for a loss. The sack is recorded by Simon, the young sophomore. Would you believe that is his 13th sack of the year? He also has a fumble recovered. He was credited here in 95. He's had a brilliant sophomore campaign.
I don't know if Abel didn't see him, but Moore, number 80, the tight end, was open. Moore is open right about here. Abel pumps, and now it's too late to try to deliver the football.
So a loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14. And the ball on the 33 of Horizon. Pitch at the Rhodes, trying to sweep the right side. St. Mary's, good defense as Rhodes fights for yardage and gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, but the Knights had that one smelled out pretty well.
He had 3 blockers in front of him, did Rhodes, and somehow Charlie O'Malley got underneath all of them, got into the backfield to slow him up. O'Malley didn't make the tackle, but he really is the one who prevented the play from doing much damage.
3 minutes to go till halftime. Horizon 7, St. Mary's 7. The winner is the Class 5A state football champion for 1995.
And there will not be a tie.
That's right. This is the first year. If regulation ends in a tie, they will go to a playoff to determine a state champion. 3rd down, 10 to go. Horizon. Denning in motion. Able to throw. Looking. Zips the pass incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind Berkestrand. A little bit behind him, incomplete. Berkestrand, only a junior, 5'11", 180-pounder. And Horizon will have to kick it away with 2:35 on the clock in the first half.
It was thrown a little bit behind Berkestrand, but it appeared to hit him in the arm. And when it comes that close, you have to believe it's a ball that could have been caught. It would have been a big first down for the Huskies, if for no other reason than it might have allowed them at least to run out the clock here in the first half.
That was definitely a catchable ball. Huff takes a low snap, gets the kick away. Fair catch called by Sanson, who makes it at the 32-yard line. So the kick comes down at the 32.
Well, less than 2.5 to play in the first half, but Ryan Keeley is at the controls for the Knights in the green jerseys, and even though he has almost 70 yards to go, he certainly is capable of doing it.
35-yard punt by Huff. 2:27 on the clock. Ball on the 32 of St. Mary's. A 7-7 tie. Remember the last time these two teams met, it was 7-0 at the half in favor of St. Mary's. Fangman starts in motion, but Greg Farendorf left the starting gate early.
Very interesting defense. I think it's the first time tonight that Horizon has done that. They lined up with 4 men on the line, and when the ball was snapped, they dropped
Dead
one
ball.
of the men on the line.
12 start on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
They dropped 1 man off the line back to a linebacker position, so they were rushing 3 and had 8 men back.
We might mention that several of these youngsters, and I'm sure you've read about it in the newspapers, they know each other very well because they've played against each other a lot, starting in Pop Warner. And they've come up. There's about 6 players on each side that have played together and gone against each other in various James and Pop Warner. Out pass. Sanson gets a block from Stoff. Cuts inside. Sanson's out over the 35 or the 36. He's going to be about 6 yards shy of a first down. But he got 9 of those 15 yards back. Clock continues to run. We approach 2 minutes to go first half.
When the ball is snapped, we'll be inside 2 minutes. I don't know how big a story it will be to this point of the ball game, but I think right now we may see a story developing. Tarek McDonald has not been in this ball game.
They have definitely shut him down. McDonald split to the near side. I'm sure he'll make his presence felt before this one's over. Keeley, quick out to Sanson. Sanson, out to the 45, cuts it inside. He's in Horizon territory at the 47-yard line. That's a first down, St. Mary's.
I tell you what, that play is made by Spong, number 31, who leveled Steve Flores over there. If that block's not made, that is a pass completion for 1 or 2 yards.
As it is, it's about an 18-yard pickup on the pass to Sanson. Clock running. 1.5 minutes to go till halftime. Knights on the move. We're in a 7-7 tie. Sanson in motion. O'Malley, the lone running back. Quick drop. Keeley. Looking pass. Stop. Complete. Down to the 40-yard line. Wrapped up by Patterson. Going to be second down with about 3 to go. Timeout. Stop the clock.
This is somewhat reminiscent of what we saw Keeley do last week against Mountain Point. Not a lot of deep passes, at least early on. He just picked the pride apart, and that's what he's doing right here. He knows he has time. He's throwing not deep, but getting good 5-6 yard gains, and he's moving his ball club downfield.
On Monday, December 11th, the Los Angeles Kings will skate against the Calgary Flames, and you'll see the game on ASPN live at 7:30 p.m. Then on Saturday, December 16th, you see there the Calgary game. On the 11th, that game again will be at 7:30 from Calgary, live on ASPN. And then the next Kings game will be on Saturday, December 16th, when the Toronto Maple Leafs will be in America, or rather at the Great Western Forum at 8:30 p.m. Well, there's about 1.5 minutes left to go. Actually, less than that. 1:18 till halftime. St. Mary's at the Horizon 40 in a 7-7 tie. The Tempe Buffaloes, winners of the Sportsmanship Award this year. We congratulate Tempe. 5 of the St. Mary's players have a catch this year, this particular game. Keeley spreads the wealth around very nicely. Quick outlet Sanson. Again, he gets a block from Stoff. And Patterson runs him out of bounds inside the 35 at the 32. Boy, they run that play to perfection.
And what makes that play is, in that particular play, Stoff, number 2, is split to the wide side. His job is to come back and throw a block on the man who is trailing Sanson, and then that allows Sanson some room to maneuver on his own. You see right there, that's Stoff throwing the block on Flores, and now it's just Sanson's job to get as many yards as he can.
First down, ball on the 32 of Horizon. That took all of 5 seconds. They run the short passing game as well as anybody. Keeley picking it up, his numbers tonight. Sanson, 6 receptions, 85 yards and a touchdown in this half. Pump fake, Keeley over the middle, wide open. McDonald to the 13. First down, Knights, his first reception of the ball game.
And a big one because now they are close.
20-yard pickup on the pass. This is vintage St. Mary's, this drive right here. Pump fake by Keeley. Time, bullets it over the middle. McDonald's got it.
So they sent Sanson out of the backfield, moved him to the far sideline. McDonald was split that way. He angles over the middle, and he's wide open.
Keeley, screen, O'Malley inside the 10. O'Malley to the 5-yard line.
Pretty good hit. We are a long way above this football field, and you can hear it all the way up here.
Great call that time. I mean, they've got the full package. Timeout call, 43 seconds to go until halftime. They'll hit you over the middle. They go with the quick wide out. Now they go with the screen.
And there is nobody close to him when he caught this football. Finally, the Huskies recover, but the Knights now just 5 yards away.
That is 6 straight completions now for Keeley. Pat Farrell huddling around his ball club. It's been a good one so far.
second timeout, so the Knights have one left yet with 43 seconds to go. Trying to take the lead right before they go to the locker room for halftime.
Barry Sollenberger will visit with us at halftime. Stay with us. We'll also chat with Boy Coy, the executive director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Horizon scored first time they touched the ball. They went 80 yards for the score. They ate up 8 minutes of the clock. St. Mary's got it back. They faked a punt on 4th down, picked up a 1st down, and then Keeley unloaded a 36-yard strike to Sanson for the tying touchdown. Then later, here in the second quarter, Sanson missed a 24-yard field goal. But now the Knights are knocking on the door again, down at the 6-yard line of Horizon. Keeley wants to throw. Horizon comes after him. He gets the pass away. It's incomplete. Threw it into a crowd, and it fell incomplete as Keeley waited till the last possible minute to get rid of that ball.
He tried to dump it off to Sanson, and actually for St. Mary's, it's probably better that Sanson didn't make the catch, because if he had, he would have gone down for a 6 or 7 yard loss.
Here comes the pressure, and in heavy traffic, the ball falls incomplete.
Black, number 20, and Shook, number 30, all over Sanson there to make sure that if he does catch it, he's not going anywhere.
3rd down, 2 to go for St. Mary's. Ball just shy of the 5-yard line. And Fangman was moving for the Knights. There goes the penalty flag down. And so what was 3rd and 2, and they'll call offsides on Horizon, and that's going to give St. Mary's a first down.
Oh, what a big break for the Knights.
See if we have this on replay. We can see
Sure,
one of the linemen did jump defensively for Horizon, but I thought he might have been drawn by Fangman.
The Fangman, there's no doubt Fangman moved and never set.
But the call went against Horizon, and so that gives St. Mary's a 1st and goal from the 3. And Doug Schaefer out of the field. There's the lineup, and there was the movement you could just see on the bottom right-hand portion of your screen.
Yeah, but you know what? Fangman's moving at the same time, and he's moving forward.
So here come the Knights. 1st and goal. 36 seconds to go, first half. Keeley looks, throws, touchdown, Tarek McDonald. Patterson seemed to have him well covered, but he zipped it right in there.
It looked as if McDonald may have tangled his feet up with Patterson, but he maintained his balance, and Patterson went up and missed the ball, and McDonald behind him to make the catch. And it appears now the Knights will go to the locker room with the lead. They certainly have the lead now, and there's not much time left for Horizon to play with.
The 19th touchdown reception of the year for Tarek McDonald, a school record. Ryan Keeley is 1 touchdown pass away from tying the single-season record for touchdown passes in a season. He has 39. Sanson's kick, no good. So Jim Sanson, who, by the way, came into this game, we mentioned, with 51 of 61 extra points. That's 10 misses. And he has missed an extra point and a field goal here tonight. And so, with 31 seconds to go till halftime, it's a 13-7 game, and Pat Farrell offering some words of encouragement to his senior kicker, wide receiver, Jim Sanson. Here's the touchdown again. Watch Sam Patterson, the defender, number 44. Appears to be right with McDonald, turns, but the pass thrown up a little ways, and it's in Tarek McDonald's hands and not Patterson's, and that's the lead for St. Mary's.
Now, Sanson came into this ball game with 40 receptions for the year. He has caught 6 tonight. I don't know for sure, but I think it's a pretty safe guess that that has to be a season high. The thing is, they were throwing to Sanson. McDonald, we mentioned, was not in the football game, but they found him here at the tail end of the drive. McDonald made his first catch on a pass from Keeley that got them inside the 15-yard line, and now the touchdown gives St. Mary's the lead.
The picture you just saw on the sidelines with Pat Farrell, the coach standing by him was Steve Bellis, who, of course, quarterbacked that 1984 state championship team at St. Mary's, and Bellis now the head coach at Desert Mountain High School in Scottsdale, the new school that opened up. Sanson's kick will be taken in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20.
Well, this may be Steve's last year on the sidelines. He had only a JV team to deal with this year. He goes varsity next year, and I doubt you'll see him on the St. Mary's sidelines because he's going to be playing his own game Friday night.
It'll be interesting after a few years when he gets to be a varsity coach to see if St. Mary's and Desert Mountain schedule each other in games. It'll be something to watch. Bellis going against his former coach, Pat Farrell. 7 completions on that drive for Ryan Keeley, and no rushing yardage on that touchdown drive. So Keeley did it all through the air for St. Mary's. Final half minute of play, first half. This is Mike Rhodes. Rhodes on a sweep, cuts it inside, and Bellis drags him down after a gain of 7 or 8 yards. 13-7, St. Mary's leading. And the clock winding down.
They may not get another playoff.
That may well have been the final play of the first half.
Yeah, they're just saying in the huddle.
So that's going to do it. 4 seconds, 3. They will not get the snap off. It is halftime here at Sun Devil Stadium. The 1995 Class 5A State Championship football game. And our score at the half. It has been a good one. The Knights of St. Mary's, ranked number 1 in the state, 13-0 on the year. They lead the surprising Horizon Huskies 13-7. Halftime activity is up next. Mary's at halftime. We are pleased to be joined by the executive director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Kicker penalty on a 4th down Tim Huff punt. He was run into, or rather Kevin Huff, and that allowed Horizon to keep the drive going. They got down to the 8-yard line of St. Mary's, and Greg Abel fires the 8-yard strike to tight end Jason Moore. That put Horizon on the board. They led 7-0. St. Mary's came back. They faked the 4th down punt, got a 1st down out of the play to keep their drive alive. And then from the Horizon 36-yard line, Ryan Keeley, looking for one of his favorite receivers, Jim Sanson, uses the pump fake and lets it fly. 36 yards into the arms of Sanson for the touchdown, which tied this football game at 7. That was the 8th receiving touchdown for Jim Sanson this year. After Sanson missed a 24-yard field goal later in the second quarter, the Knights come driving again, and Ryan Keeley fires a touchdown pass to Tarek McDonald to put St. Mary's ahead 13-7. The point after was no good. So that's the halftime score here before 17,000 plus people at this state championship game. Halftime statistics in this first half. You see the first downs very even. The rushing yardage, and Horizon over double what St. Mary's has. But look at the passing yardage. This is where St. Mary's just kills you game in and game out. Ryan Keeley has thrown for 149 yards in the football game. But I think another thing that's interesting is the time of possession. We said at the outset of the game, you want to beat St. Mary's, you got to control the football. Huskies have done a pretty good job in the first half.
Well, almost 8 minutes of that time of possession was taken off the clock on Horizon's first drive after the opening kickoff when they took over the 20-yard line, went 80 yards. The one thing about those statistics is that most of that rushing yardage was on that first drive. Since then, St. Mary's has done a very good job of containing the Huskies.
We'll be back with the start of the second half of the state championship game, Horizon and St. Mary's, after we pause for these messages. Big school. Since the 1985 St. Mary's team went undefeated when they went 14-0. So it's been 10 years since a big school has gone undefeated in a football season. You know, one of the things that's nice about dealing with the schools is dealing with the administrations. And these two schools, great athletic directors, John Pierce for Horizon and Jim Sanford for St. Mary's. Two outstanding coaches, and Pat Farrell and Doug Schaefer. A pleasure to work with both of them. We thank those gentlemen for both schools for all of their cooperation for getting ready for this game. The kick to Tarek McDonald, and McDonald comes out over the 20 and is knocked down at about the 23-yard line. In to make the stop, Jeff Rossler for Horizon. So St. Mary's, who won the toss at the start of the game and deferred their option to the second half, now takes over the football, leading by 6. The final 24 minutes of action about to unfold for the 1995 high school football season.
This, I think, is an important series, an important drive as far as Horizon is concerned, because if the Knights are able to go down the field and go up by 2 touchdowns, it could be a very long second half for the Horizon Ball Club.
Stoft and McDonald, the wideouts. They put Sanson in motion, and O'Malley is now the lone running back. And Keeley gives it off to O'Malley, who has stood up and knocked down at about the 26-yard line. He got a couple. It'll be second down coming up. Charlie O'Malley, over 560 yards rushing on the year and 5 touchdowns, and he had a 15-yard touchdown run the last time these two teams met back on November the 9th when St. Mary's prevailed 28-0. The going has been tough tonight. Horizon got on the board first, but to the Knights' credit, they came back to tie it and then took the lead late in the first half with under a minute to go, and Keeley found Tarek McDonald for the go-ahead touchdown. Inside handoff, Willie Spong. And Spong knocked down as he gets out near the 33-yard line. Ryan Amanati, the outside linebacker, the 5'8 senior, in to make the stop for Horizon. Our congratulations to all the various state champions in high school football this year, starting with Class 1A. Fredonia won the championship when they knocked off Muggione. The Class 2A champions, the Bearcats of Ray High School, beating Thatcher for the championship. Blue Ridge winning their second straight state championship in Class 3A, knocking off Arizona Boys Ranch. And in the game just before this one, Saguaro High School of Scottsdale knocking off Ironwood. Keeley rolls right, throws first down. Sanson out of bounds up near midfield, knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 15 yards on the pickup, first down, St. Mary's.
Sanson doing a good job running to the open area. McDonald was running a pattern down the sideline and took St. Mary's defenders with him, and Sanford coming across was there for Keeley's ball.
Sanson has had an incredible game tonight, and Keeley has found him time and time again. Ball just shy of the 49 of St. Mary's. In motion, Spong, handed off O'Malley up the middle. He's dragged down after he gets into Horizon territory. Defensive tackle Nate Adams, the 5'10 junior, brings him down. We mentioned they are so hard to defend because just when you start sitting back expecting them to throw the football, they'll run an inside trap, they'll run a wing-back reverse, they'll run something up the middle, then they'll hit you with the short out pattern, then they'll run a fly pattern. There's so many weapons in the St. Mary's attack. And to Horizon's credit, so far tonight, they've defensed them about as well as anybody has all year. Keeley pump fake, in trouble, hit and drop at about the line of scrimmage. Brett Ivy, the defensive end, the 6'2 junior, in to make the tackles.
He had Sanson wide to this side. Sanson was just running straight upfield. It looked as if he wanted to deliver the football to Sanson very quickly and then let Sanson take off. But Ivy, number 5, goes up. That may have prevented Keeley from trying to throw the ball. Otherwise, he may have tried to deliver it to Sanson. And now he runs, and there's not a lot of room to run to.
We're 3 minutes deep into the second half. 13-7, St. Mary's lead. Sanson on a wing near side. McDonald the wideout. The pass. Keeley bullets it down the sideline. Spong has it. Spong's in the open. He's going to score. Touchdown, St. Mary's. Penalty marker down back near the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be against St. Mary's. It's going to be a holding call, and they'll bring it back. But Keeley rifled the shot to Spong, who broke away from the tackler and went into the end zone. But this holding call will bring it back.
You know, what happened is St. Mary's had Ferendorf running a very short pattern and was going towards the sideline. And it looked as if Patterson came up from his corner position to go to take Ferendorf, and Spong went right by Patterson, and there was nobody behind Patterson to pick him up. However, Horizon doesn't have to pay the price because of the penalty on St. Mary's, so a break there for the Huskies.
Stoff bringing in the play from Pat Farrell. Willie Spong hits to the sidelines. So the score remains 13-7. Horizon dodges a bullet. There's the penalty situation. We haven't seen many of them tonight. Third down and about 16 to go. From the 43. Give it to Sanson. Sanson cuts it inside. Jim Sanson down into Horizon territory at about the 47 or 48-yard line.
So the Huskies do what they need to do. They stop St. Mary's on the first possession here in the second half. They'll get the football, and with a score 13-7, it means they got a chance to tie and take the lead on their possession coming up.
So Mike Pedraza will come in. We expect him to punt. That's not always the case with St. Mary's. We saw in the first half they faked the punt on 4th down and threw for a first down. This time Pedraza gets it away. It comes down to Rhodes at the 10-yard line, and Rhodes is back to about the 18-yard line where he's put down. It'll be Horizon ball, 1st and 10 from that point. 37-yard punt by Pedraza. That's past his season average of 31 yards. Greg Abel leads the Horizon offense onto the field. Abel has played well tonight. Greg Abel, who had to take over for Jeff Voigt, who was such a leader of this Horizon team a year ago, and Abel has performed magnificently here in 1995. Inside handoff to Rhodes, and Bellis hits him, wraps him up, and drops him. Simon came in to finish him off. It wasn't Simon. It was Jim Hill, the defensive end, but it was Bellis that got to him first. Brian Bellis is only 5'9", 172 pounds, and I mean he will stick you. There he is right there. And Jim Hill had a nice write-up on Jim Hill this week in the local newspaper. He was named All Desert Valley Region First Team, both offense and defense this year. 2nd down 11, loss of 1 on the last play. Patterson in motion, Abel wants to throw. Pressure coming, gets it away, complete. Out over the 20 to Patterson to about the 23 or 24-yard line. Still going to be a few yards shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, but that play looked as if it was going nowhere. Abel was under pressure, and Patterson was well covered by Bellis. Somehow Abel got the ball to Patterson anyway.
So a good play by Abel to get it away. It's going to be 3rd down coming up, and about 4 from the 23-yard line of Horizon. St. Mary's leads 13-7. The winner walks away with the state Class 5A high school football championship. Saguaro Scottsdale won the 4A title earlier tonight over Ironwood. Gilbert, the lone running back. Abel, out pass incomplete. Intended receiver Jason Moore, the tight end. O'Malley was on him with coverage. That stops the clock, and Horizon will have to punt.
There was a good chance that even if Moore hung on to the football, that O'Malley was going to make the tackle and stop them short of the 1st down. O'Malley right there with the coverage. As it turns out, he wasn't necessary because the ball fell to the ground.
Kevin Huff to punt. He averages 31 yards per kick. He takes the snap and he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made by Sanson at his own 46-yard line. So again, St. Mary's in great field position to start this drive at their own 46. 6 minutes, 14 seconds left, 3rd quarter. St. Mary's still leading 13-7.
Let's go, sidelines, tuck it up, let's go!
Ryan Keeley back on the field. Keeley, all kinds of great numbers during the season, and look what he's done tonight. 169 and 2 touchdowns. And he's yet to throw an interception. What else is new? He's only thrown 3 all season long. Fangman takes the handoff, and Fangman, the 6'2" junior, fumbles the football. There's a scramble by the sideline and went out of bounds.
Well, you almost could see that coming. It appeared to be number 3, Mark Antonio, who was trying to hold on to Fangman, keep him from getting additional yardage, and then had his hands wrapped around the arms in the football, and you're just waiting for it to squirt loose.
Right there, you see him wrestling for the football, and they rip it out of the hands of Fangman, but it goes out of bounds. Still gained a couple of yards on the play. Fangman, 800 yards rushing on the season for St. Mary's. O'Malley in there now, the running back. Keeley drops the throw. He's going to screen it out to O'Malley. O'Malley cuts it back inside. He's hit and knocked down inside Horizon territory. Going to be about 4 or 5 yards shy of a 1st down. Good pursuit that time by Horizon to knock him down.
Well, Ryan Shook, number 30, was coming up to get him, and a very nice job by O'Malley. Seeing that, he cut back to the middle of the field, and in the process ran behind 73 Andrew Anthony, one of his interior offensive linemen, and that helped him get further downfield. Otherwise, it would have been stopped for a short gain.
O'Malley's caught a few passes tonight on screens from Keeley. He came into the game tonight with 10 catches on the year, and he's gone to him tonight 3 times. Double wing formation, starts in motion. Keeley, play action, quick pop pass. Sanson over the middle, and he's knocked down at the 40, 1st down, 9.
Now, that's so hard because you have somebody like Keeley who can execute The play action freezes everybody. They think they might be running Fangman, who is a threat, up the middle. They're looking for that, and now Keeley keeps the football. Sanson goes to an open area, and just like that, it's a first down.
I don't know if I can recall, at least in recent years, a team with a better passing package than this one. I mean, they really make you play the whole field. Sanson sweeping, wrapped up and dropped by Shook. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain, second down, 10 to go. Clock running, 4:40 to go, third quarter. Jim Sanson tonight, what he's done through the air, 8 catches tonight for over 100 yards for a 5'9" senior, Jim Sanson. Ball is at the Horizon 38. Again, a double wing with O'Malley, the lone setback. McDonald split to the near side. They go out to McDonald. He's got it. And McDonald trying to cut it back inside, can't do it. As he's gang tackle over around the 35-yard line. Mark Antonio and Patterson over in the area, as was Kurt Petrosic, the linebacker. It's going to bring up third down and about 7 yards to go for the Knights. From the 35 of Horizon. Boy, what a story Horizon has turned into this year. 5-5 on the regular season, and here they are, their 4th postseason game in the state championship game, and they are right in the hunt for a state title. Watch out for this team come 1996. Sprong in motion. Going down the field. Got McDonald. He's got it inside the 5. Touchdown, St. Mary's. Eric McDonald on the pass from Keeley. 35 yards, touchdown.
Derek Black, number 20, came up a step or two thinking something else was going to happen. McDonald kept running, and you can't give him any room because you will not recover.
Boy, you ever see a quarterback lay a pass in receiver's hands any better than Ryan Keeley? I haven't. 19-7 in favor of St. Mary's. That is Keeley's 3rd touchdown pass of the night. He has now tied Tim Rattay for the single-season record for touchdown passes in a season. Rattay set it last year with 40 at Phoenix Christian. Keeley has just tied it with that touchdown pass. You would think they'll go for 2, up 19-7.
Try to get back the point they missed on the last point after try by Sanson near the end of the first half.
82 career touchdown passes for that man, and 40 this season. What a year he's had. So the Knights, with a little over 4 minutes to go, third quarter, score to get a 2-touchdown advantage, and now they'll go for 2. Play action to Fangman. Keeley over the middle, in and out of the hands of Sanson. He had it, couldn't hang on. So the try for 2 is unsuccessful. And it's 19-7, St. Mary's leading with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, the Huskies obviously need 2 touchdowns to take the lead here in this football game. There is still plenty of time. There is still more than 16 minutes left to be played, so there's no need to abandon the game plan just yet. I think we might see them throw a little bit more than they have, but I think that's because the ground game seems to be going nowhere. St. Mary's has pretty much taken the Huskies now out of their ground game. But nevertheless, there's no sense changing things up just yet, even though it's disappointing to be down by 12 points with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
19-7 in favor of St. Mary's as Keeley finds his favorite target, Tarek McDonald, who hauls in his 2nd touchdown pass of the night, 20 on the year. Keeley warming up to the task, 17 of 23, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Just another day at the office for Keeley, isn't he?
He is amazing. Actually, 3 touchdowns.
Right.
The 1 to Sanson and the 2 to Tarek McDonald. So Sanson to kick off. Line drives it down the field. It'll bounce into the end zone and will come out to the 20. This could be a pretty crucial offensive possession right here for Horizon. Just to show that they can move the football a little bit and maybe pick up a couple of first downs against this St. Mary's defense.
Okay.
because the Knights have now moved out to a 2-touchdown advantage, and if you're Horizon, you want to come right back and show St. Mary's you can move the football against them to get back into this game. There you see the total offense and what they did the first drive, and since that opening drive of the football game, the St. Mary's defense has more than risen to the occasion. Now Greg Abel trying to lead the Huskies back. Throws over the middle, completed pass to Rhodes. He's at it to 29. O'Malley drops in there. It's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Good way to start.
Well, and they really crossed receivers. They had number 80, Moore, hit from his tight end position, angling from the right side across the field to his left, and then they bring number 33, Rhodes, out of the backfield, angling from his left to his right. They cross each other. Rhodes is wide open. They almost pick up the first down.
Rhodes has been a popular receiver this year, 18 catches for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns for Horizon. And this time, Rhodes runs into Willie Spong, and Spong drives him back. Good, solid hit by Spong. Spong only 187 pounds, but he will nail you.
Rhodes didn't get much, but the good news for the Huskies is he didn't need much for the first down. He gets just across the 30-yard line before he is shoved back, and that ought to be a first down. It is a first down.
So the ball just out over the 30. First down, 3:20 to go, third quarter. Knights by 2 touchdowns. They lead 19-7. Bidding to be the first undefeated Arizona high school Class 5A team in 10 years. Play action. Abel. Pass is tipped. Oh! Fine catch by Rhodes. He was down. The ball came out, but he was down. Now they rule an incomplete pass. One official came in ruling it incomplete. I thought Rhodes made a heck of a catch.
There was an official, the official closest to the play ruled it a catch. Another official who was on the far sideline came in to signal incomplete, but he is going to be overruled. It will go as a completed pass.
Great concentration. There you see Pat Farrell. He doesn't like the call. The pass is going to be tipped.
Let's see if he hangs on to it long enough.
And he'll try and make a one-handed catch. There's the tip. And he tries to bring it in behind him. And hard to see from there whether he had possession.
Well, clearly he had it. It looked as if he had control of it, and then it came loose after he hit the ground.
Nevertheless, it was a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Gubernick and Rhodes, the running back. Abel on 2nd and 1, going to throw. Throws incomplete. He had Moore open out of around the 46-yard line and couldn't get the ball to him. Kind of threw it behind him a little bit.
Threw it a little bit behind him, although it looked as if it was catchable. A terrific pattern by Moore. He was lined up as a tight end on the left side. He angled to the middle, stopped, and then moved straight out towards the sideline and was left all alone. That pass should have been completed.
3rd and 1. Rhodes, the handoff. He's got the first down. He's out over the 40. So this should be a first down for Horizon, where they put the football down. And the drive will continue. The clock shows 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ryan Keeley has been every bit as good as advertised here tonight. He has been on the money 3 times for touchdowns. Jim Sanson had a big game tonight for St. Mary's, and Tarek McDonald has caught 2 touchdown passes. And since the opening drive, the St. Mary's defense has really been tough. Abel throws, intercepted. Mike Gonzalez picks it off. And finally he's dropped. Gonzalez, the 5'8 senior, is dropped inside the 40 of Horizon. And the Knights in great shape now, leading by 12, and they've got the ball in Horizon territory.
Abel was looking for Rhodes on a short pass right over the middle. And unfortunately for Abel and the Huskies, he put it right into Gonzalez's lap.
First interception of the year for Mike Gonzalez. Now Horizon really being pushed to the limit. Their defense has got to dig in here and stop St. Mary's. Ball on the 36 of Horizon. O'Malley up the middle. Tripped up and dropped, but he got down to the 30-yard line.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the ball game that Horizon would like to keep the ball on the ground, keep control of the football, to take as much time off the clock to keep it out of Keeley's hands. The Knights now here in the third quarter with 1.5 minutes to go, leading by 12. I think we'll see them adopt the same approach. they will try to do as much as they can on the ground, despite the fact that Keeley can throw the ball so well, because they don't want Horizon to have any more chances of getting back in the football game.
O'Malley has carried 7 times, 32 yards tonight. Handoff O'Malley again up the middle, and O'Malley's got a first down at the 25-yard line. Knocked down by Brett Ivy, the defensive end. Well, the air attack's gone very well tonight for St. Mary's. Now they'll try the ground attack, and so far that's been working well after the turnover. This is one football team that loves to stress equality between the run and the pass, and they probably do it as well as anybody in the state. There's the handoff, O'Malley again. O'Malley finds a hole off the right side and dives inside the 20.
Well, and I'm sure if you ask Keeley and Sampson and McDonald and Ferendorf right now, do you care if you catch another pass tonight? They would tell you, no, if you want to stop the game right now, we'll take it and go home. So they will keep the ball on the ground as much as they can to keep the ball out of Horizon's hands. And if they happen to punch the ball into the end zone on this possession and go up by 3 touchdowns, I'm not sure Horizon's going to get 3 scoring opportunities before the game ends.
Half a minute to go, third quarter. St. Mary's on the move, leading by 12. They're at the 19 of Horizon. David stopped in motion. There goes O'Malley again. And the Knights offensive line taking control right now.
3 plays off tackle to the right side. Now they run the same play to the left side.
They'll move the sticks. It's another first down for the Knights. 22 seconds left, third quarter. St. Mary's bidding for an undefeated season. They are 13-0 coming in, and really the only tough test they've had this season in that quarterfinal matchup against Westwood, where they had to score in the fourth quarter and then hold off a late Westwood charge to win it 19-13. Other than that, it's been pretty much a rosy season for the Knights. That's the final play of the third quarter. We go to the final 12 minutes here at Sun Devil Stadium in the high school football season. Our score at the end of 3, Class 5A championship. St. Mary's 19, Horizon 7. Horizon. Keeley calling signals. Fangman starts in motion. They give it to O'Malley. He's been the workhorse on this drive. And O'Malley's down to the 10-yard line, dragged down by defensive tackle Tim Sell. It's been all O'Malley since the interception. Mike Gonzalez had the interception. They've run 5 plays since that time, and O'Malley's carried all 5 times.
3 of them off tackle to the right side, 2 of them off tackle to the left side.
By the way, the 3 touchdown passes tonight by Ryan Keeley ties a 5A state title game record. Bill Mannion of St. Mary's threw 3 touchdown passes in the 1968 title game against Douglas. O'Malley the handoff. He's knocked down after the gain of about a yard. Denning in on the tackle. Jim Denning, the 6'2 senior. Ryan Keeley, his sophomore year in '93. He completed 61% of his passes for just shy of 2,000 yards and 22 touchdowns. Last year as a junior, he threw for over 1,700 yards and 20 touchdowns. And this year, he has thrown for over 2,600 yards on the season and 40 touchdowns. And as Pat Farrell said, make no mistake about it, he's the best quarterback to ever come through St. Mary's. Keeley on an option. He cuts it inside. Touchdown, St. Mary's, Ryan Keeley. He caps it off with a 7-yard run. He's done it all tonight. He's thrown for 3 and he's run for another. And the Knights are in control 25-7.
I thought they might go for 2 again. It looks as if they're going to settle for the kick right here, which would put them up by 19.
This is an efficient bunch. The Knights of St. Mary's. Sanson's kick on the way. It is good. 10:39 to go in this one. St. Mary's leads 26-7, and it was Charlie O'Malley accounting for 30 of those yards on that drive prior to Keeley's touchdown run. So O'Malley got most of it done, and Keeley capped it off with a touchdown run of 7 yards.
And now let's see how Horizon changes things up. The Huskies almost in a position right now, unless they want to pretty much check it in, they are almost in a position where we're going to have to go to the air every play.
See, here's another phase of his game. They run the quick outs, they run the slant ends, they run the posts. Then they'll run the trap plays. Then they run the option play. Is there anything in the St. Mary's offensive package they don't have?
I don't think they have a hit and run play.
You're right. Pat Farrell. Great football coach in his 18th year at St. Mary's, bidding for his 4th state title. Carl Kiefer won 3 state championships at McClintock. Jesse Parker won 4 state titles during his tenure at Mountain View. And now Pat Farrell looking for his 4th state championship here at St. Mary's. Sanson the kickoff. Ball will sail into the end zone and will come out to the 20-yard line. You know what a weapon that is in high school football as well, to continually make your opposition have to start from the 20 and go 80 yards? Big weapon for you, and that man's as good as they come. Jim Sanson, scoring drive for the Knights after the interception.
Well, look at that. They only had 36 yards to go, and they took their good time to do it. Almost 3.5 minutes, 7 plays. Exactly what they wanted to do. They are not in any hurry any longer.
So Horizon now facing a very tough battle. Down 26-7. Certainly time not on their side. Abel wants to throw. Gets it away and completes it over the 30 to about the 32. Nice catch, first down. Montejunas on the reception, and McDonald on the tackle. But that's a first down out over the 30-yard line. Algis Montejunas, only a junior. Leading receiver on this team, 29 catches, almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns on the year. He got in on the fun last week in that big win over Mountain View. Montejunas caught a 25-yard touchdown pass against the Toros. 12 yards on that pass. Abel down the middle, overshoots his man, tried to hit Patterson. Sanson was there, and then coming over was Pacheco looking for the interception. You know, if you want to try and dent the St. Mary's defense, where would you go? I guess maybe if you had a good solid running attack, you maybe try and pound the ball at them defensively. There have been a couple of backs, Hageman for Brophy, who went for 100 yards, and maybe some others. The Westwood running attack went pretty well. But boy, you look at this package offensively and defensively, and there's not many soft spots.
Well, and Mountain Point High School had as good a ground game as anybody in the state this year, and went after St. Mary's last week, and after the first possession, there wasn't a whole lot to show for the effort.
Abel on second down and 10. Denning in motion. Abel going to screen it out. Gilbernick over the 40. He's close to a first down. O'Malley and Bellis on the tackle. See where they get the spot of the football.
You know, after the motion, they had 3 men wide on the right side, did Horizon. Rolled that way. The flow was going in that direction. And a well-executed play. They come back and dump off the screen pass to the left side. There's really nobody over here, other than I think that's Gonzalez, who almost made a shoestring tackle, but was unable to do so, and it winds up being a Husky first down.
Ball on the 42. First down, Huskies. Hand off to Gubernick. Breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage and gets about 4 yards out to the 45. I'll tell you one thing. I give Horizon all the credit in the world. This team is playing, and make no mistake about it, St. Mary's is the best high school football team, Class 5A in this state. And Horizon has played them very tough tonight.
Well, watching Horizon play tonight, and even though they are down now by 19 points, you know why they are here.
Absolutely.
And you know that they deserve to be here.
Absolutely. And that man, a big reason why, Doug Schaefer, boy, he deserves a lot of credit. He's taking this program to great heights now. Abel, pump fake, throws, incomplete, almost intercepted. Rhodes was down there, but the ball overshot. Sanson diving for the interception.
Now, just to finish out the point on Horizon, they end this season 5-5. They open playoffs against Amphitheater as a big, big underdog and win. So what happens next week? They are a big underdog to South Mountain and win. So the next week they're a big underdog to Mountain View and win. And they come into this ball game and they are a big underdog here, and they hung in there for more than 2 quarters.
They sure did. Abel on third down. To the air again. Being rushed, going to be knocked down. Penalty marker down. The tackle made by Jim Hill, the all-Desert Valley Legion performer who had 4 sacks coming into this game, and he gets another one there.
Excellent coverage by St. Mary's defensively. The Huskies had 4 men out, and not a one of them could get open.
The penalty will be refused. It'll be punting time for Horizon.
Penalty is declined. 4th down.
But you know, to St. Mary's credit, this is a team that started the season, preseason, everybody's number 1. And they just went about their work very methodically all season long. Pat Farrell said time and time again he was worried a little bit about the emotion of this team. But I'll tell you what, this is a workmanlike group. They go out and they get it done week in and week out. This is really one of the fine football teams I've seen in the last 20 years or so in this state. Inside the 35 on the punt, it goes inside the 30, and it'll be rolled dead at around the 29-yard line.
No, it's not easy going through a season, number 1 throughout the year, and everybody taking a shot at you. But it looks as if it's going to be a wire-to-wire finish for the Knights.
33-yard punt that time by Huff, and the Knights will have it at the 29-yard line. Stay with us after the game. We'll visit with the winning coach, and there you see Pat Farrell. And if he wins this one tonight, it'll be his 175th career coaching win. He's lost only 47 times. O'Malley rips off 5 or 6 more yards, and the Knights keep chewing it up.
I don't know. We may have seen Keeley's last pass of his high school career.
You might be right.
They may not throw another one with 8 minutes to go in the ball game. They may not put it up one more time.
Boy, O'Malley's been a workhorse tonight. He's gotten tough yardage for this team.
Hey, how about Hill 67 there with the block? Not a bad job. You mentioned all conference, all region, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he's a heck of a performer, Jim Hill. As Pat Farrell said, I'll go to war with him anytime, and I don't blame him. This is Fangman. Fangman cuts it back, and Fangman's out over the 40. He's got a first down out to about the 43. The Knights of St. Mary's, they have now won 10 or more games in a season 10 times in the last 12 years. You might remember that in the decade of the 80s, they won 99 games. They were the winningest high school football team in Arizona in the decade of the 80s. Nobody has won 100 games in a decade. The Knights are on pace right now to top that.
They've won, this would be their 67th win.
That's right.
In the 90s.
O'Malley again.
Which means that about the only way they won't win 100 games in the 90s is if they go out of business.
That's right. Second down coming up. They'll be under 7 minutes to go when they snap the ball on this play. And there's the Horizon sideline. Great deal to be proud of. They accomplished a lot here in 1995. They lost about 30 of 40 lettermen from last year's team. They had one starter coming back on offense, Jason Moore. Lost 4 of their first 6 games, and here they are playing for a state title. Well, Keeley will throw again, and what else is new? He completes one to Sanson. Inside the 40-yard line of Horizon. If you tuned in late tonight, Keeley's thrown 3 touchdown passes, and he has run for another touchdown. He has tied Tim Rattay's state record for touchdown passes in a season. He now has 40. Sanson has caught 9 passes tonight for 127 yards. O'Malley up the middle, churns out 3 or 4 more.
Well, Sanson, and we've talked about him before on telecasts we've had with St. Mary's and what a quality player he is. I think one of the reasons why he's catching so many balls tonight is because the Horizon has been so concerned about McDonald. So we haven't had a chance to call McDonald's name, but he has proven himself over his career. It's just a case where you've got 2 really great players taking turns in the spotlight.
That's right.
McDonald had 10 catches last week. Against Mountain Point tonight, it happens to be Sanson. McDonald is still serving his purpose because he's caught a couple of touchdown passes.
And it just shows you the wealth of talent the St. Mary's team has, where they can throw to one receiver 10 times one week, throw to another 10 times another week. Almost intercepted. Coming up for the interception that time was Ricky Irvine from the safety spot, and he almost got it.
They're trying to hit Fangman over the middle, so Keeley, being an equal opportunity quarterback, trying to dish the football around here as we wind down the 1995 season, looking to go to Fangman.
Tipped, and it falls incomplete. I got a nice letter this week from, and I think it was Rick Irvine's dad. And he said in the letter, he talked about the progress the Horizon football program had made and how they were finally starting to get some respect from the media around the valley. And then he told a story about some of the players for these two teams who had grown up knowing each other through Pop Warner football. It was an interesting letter, and I thank him for that.
Well, something else, this is our only time that we've seen Horizon this year. We mentioned this last year. Remember, after a couple of years as a head coach at Horizon, Doug Schaefer was unfortunately one of those positions where he was hearing a lot from disgruntled parents.
Absolutely.
And it happens, and I think there for a while he gave some thought whether or not it was worth it. And the ironic thing about all of that is Doug Schaefer is one of the nicest people you would ever want to run into.
Absolutely.
He is the kind of man you would want to coach your children. And fortunately hung around, and he hasn't done too badly. Thank you very much.
That's for sure. In his 11th year, the handoff to O'Malley up the middle. He's inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Yeah, his first year at Horizon, Doug Schaefer, was 1985, and he went 5-4-1. But his next 2 years were dismal. He went 1-9 in 86. He went 2-8 in 87. And I mean, some of the Wolves were out, believe me. But to his credit, he hung in there and turned it around, and they have not had a losing record since. There's Doug. Matter of fact, they won 8 games in 89. They won 9 games in 1990 and 91. They won 10 games in 92 and 93, 11 last year. So this program is definitely on the positive side. Inside the 25, and the Knights keep driving the football.
And as you mentioned, the junior varsity and freshman teams out at Horizon have shown signs that there's more young talent that is ready to step up in the next couple of years.
It's a real credit to the Desert Valley region here. You got 2 teams from the same region who have made it to the state championship game.
2 years in a row, first time that has happened, that the same 2 teams have met in state title games back-to-back.
In Class 5A, that's right. And the AIA started keeping these records back in 1959, so it's the first time it's happened in a long time. Charlie O'Malley for St. Mary's in the second half has carried the ball 13 times, 55 yards. Pump fake Keeley, looking, throwing long, down the field, it is a touchdown! Jim Sanson on the receiving end. Back on defense that time was Ryan Amanati, and I mean Keeley laid it right in perfectly. Unbelievable.
Well, unfortunately for Amanati, he fell down. It's tough enough. He's a linebacker trying to pick Sanson up coming out of the backfield. As if that's not a very difficult task in its own right. Then he had the misfortune of falling down. And Sanson, I believe, with his 10th catch of the night.
So there you see the new state record for Keeley, 41 touchdown passes. That was a 24-yard touchdown pass to Jim Sanson. Sanson now will kick the extra point. It is good. And the Knights have broken this thing open in the second half. They led at halftime, only 13-7. They've come out and they've outscored Horizon 20-0 in this second half.
I obviously spoke too early when I said we may have seen Keeley's last pass of the season. Forgetting that, and they are aware of it on the St. Mary's sideline, and I think Horizon understands there was a state record that was available to him, and give him a chance to get it. He now has it.
13 touchdown passes he has thrown in postseason play. He threw 4 against Alhambra in the opening round playoff victory. He threw 1 against Westwood in the quarterfinals. He threw 4 last week against Mountain Point and 4 tonight against Horizon. The numbers he has compiled incredible. Against Alhambra, he threw for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. Against Westwood, he threw for 200 yards and 1 touchdown. Last week against Mountain Point, he was 16 for 23 for 274 yards and 4 touchdowns. And tonight, he has been absolutely perfect. In the first meeting between these schools back on November 9th, He was 17 for 22 for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he ran for a touchdown in that game. And he's run for one here tonight. Here's the kickoff by Sampson, and that one will come out to the 20. So St. Mary's will wear the crown of state champion for 1995. They will become the first 5A school to post an undefeated season in 10 years, and they were the last ones to do it in 85. Keeley, 19 for 26, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns.
And Sampson, 10 catches for 151 yards, has 2 of those TDs.
Mike Rhodes, tough performer for the 24. Hey, if you got to play Horizon next year, let me tell you who's coming back for this football team. Mike Rhodes is just a junior. Brian Gubernick is a junior. Jeff Rossler, who plays some running back, he's a junior. Then you've got, at a wideout, Montejunas is a junior. So is Bergstrand a junior. I mean, this team's going to be reckoned with next year. They got some talent coming back.
And you got about half the starting defensive unit coming back.
Greg Abel calling signals. Abel with a look in. Nice throw. Patterson wrapped up at about the 39-yard line. Patterson wanting the face mask call, and I think he's got a legitimate beat. I thought I saw his head just jerk. It looked like he was going to break free when he took that look-in pass, and suddenly I saw his head jerk to the side, and I thought somebody grabbed him by the face mask, and I think that's what he was pleading with the official for, but he got no call.
Well, the official who was closest to him was screened from the play, so he couldn't see it. And nobody else came to the rescue.
3 minutes, 41 seconds left in this championship game, and St. Mary's leading 33-7. We'll visit with the winning coach, Pat Farrell, when this one is over with, so stay with us. Boy, I'll bet he's going to be relieved when the final gun goes off here. You go through a whole season ranked #1, knowing you're expected to win. Down the field, incomplete. Intended receiver, Derek Bergstrand. 5'11" junior. Stops the clock. 3.5 minutes left. The Horizon sideline. A lot of their fans have cleared out down in front of us. But most of the St. Mary's faithful, they want to stick around for the celebration when this one is over. Patterson in motion. Abel throwing. Complete. Nicely thrown. He threw that over Tarek McDonald and completed it to Algis Montejunas. Nice throw by Abel.
And Montejunas hanging right in there. He had to come to a stop. He did not get the ball to him in full stride. Juggled it a little bit and hung on.
Well thrown pass here. Watch Tarek McDonald go up right there. One of the Knights.
I think that's McDonald.
Looks like McDonald, yeah. Shaken up inside the 50. How many catches has McDonald got tonight? I think he's got 3. 2 for the touchdowns and maybe 1 other catch. 4 catches tonight for Tarek McDonald. I guess most receivers would relish getting 4 pass receptions in a ball game, but when you talk about McDonald and you say he only caught 4.
You know, George, as we wind down our coverage for 1995, I just want to add something to what I started to say when we mentioned what a nice person Doug Schaefer was, and of course we've talked about Pat Farrell over the years and what a terrific person he is to deal with. It is really, and I know you feel the same way, it is really fun to come out every Friday night and watch these high school games, principally because of the players.
Yep.
Not many of them are going to go on and play major college football, so they leave it all out on the field every Friday night. But also the coaches we get to deal with. The Bill McCains and Carl Kiefers and Jerry Lopers, Pat Farrell, Doug Schaefer, so many of them. I know I'm leaving some good people out because we're about to get a play underway. But my thanks to all of them. It is really a joy to see you every week, and we look forward to being back with you next year.
Absolutely. Well said. Inside handoff Goes down inside the 45 to about the 44. You saw Tarek McDonald leave the field before. Greg Abel, 10 of 17 tonight for 95 yards. He threw one touchdown. He had one interception. And for St. Mary's, Sanson has caught a couple of touchdown passes. McDonald has caught a couple. And Ryan Keeley has run for a touchdown. And the Knights ready to wrap up a state title, leading 33-7. But Horizon trying to get on the board one more time, and they overshoot. Montejunas down at the 5-yard line. He had a step.
Yep, he did. He was there, and Abel just with a little too much on the football.
Our thanks to the AIA, Dick Stewart, Publicity Director, Executive Director Boyd Coy, and his fine staff for all of their help and cooperation. And again, our thanks to the two schools involved this week. Horizon, with John Pierce, their athletic director, Doug Schaefer and his fine staff, and Jim Sanford at St. Mary's, athletic director, and head coach Pat Farrell and his staff. Denning goes in motion. Abel throws to Moore, and he overshoots him just off his fingertips. Pacheco down on coverage for St. Mary's. And that'll bring up 4th down. St. Mary's and Horizon. So the all-time series, St. Mary's will lead it 10-2 after tonight. But boy, this has been a good rivalry the last 4 or 5 times they've met. And it can get nothing but more intense over the years, these two fine programs. They lock horns in the same region now. Abel in trouble, gets away. Now he wants to run. He's going to be wrapped up and knocked down. On a 4th down play, he's going to come up short of 1st down yardage. St. Mary's will get the ball back.
Boy, a nice job of getting out of trouble. He could have gone down for a big loss, but he comes up a little short. And with just over 2 minutes to go in the football game, it may be the last time that Abel and the Huskies get their hands on the football.
Over 17,700 looking on tonight. And St. Mary's will be crowned Class 5A state champion. The Saguaro Sabercats won the 4A title game prior to this one, 42-7 over Glendale Ironwood. Now I would be surprised if they threw the ball. There you go. Keeley down to a knee on the 40. Minute and a half to go.
And while we wind down, let's
here comes a whole new unit on.
You bet. And they're going to get a well-deserved hand from the folks over there. It's been one tremendous year for that bunch. In fact, I was about to say, let me single out one special group of men who are out there on this field tonight. That's the seniors on both of these clubs. Every one of them will walk off the field tonight having a state championship and a silver medal.
Absolutely.
In the last 2 years. To you seniors, it's been a great run over the last 12 months plus.
That's for sure. Horizon winning the state title a year ago, and we hope you were with us for that one. What was an absolutely miraculous finish on a 4th down. You see the hugs on the sidelines. Boy, what a year that man had. It'll be a long time before I'll ever forget watching Ryan Keeley this year, and there you see the agony of defeat. Well, the emotions here at Sun Devil Stadium tonight. Just high school kids.
Yeah, you know, in a rather perverse sense, it's these disappointments that make the championship so much more meaningful. And unfortunately for Horizon, it's the team in the green jersey that will win again this year. The green jerseys won last year. Horizon was the home team. St. Mary's comes in as the higher-ranked club tonight, and they will take it home, the state championship.
And we look forward to being with you all again in 1996 for some more great moments in high school football. Some new numbers in the ball game. We will try and pick them up as
Todd
best
Larson,
we can.
22 it looks like.
Pete Donovan, the quarterback, clock winding down, under a minute to go.
And unfortunately,
Flags down.
a Horizon player or two more than frustrated, and well, too bad the game is going to have to end this way. I think some frustrations are finally coming out, and we're seeing some flags tossed for unsportsmanlike conduct.
55 seconds, and this one will be over. Pat Farrell will have captured his 4th state title as the head coach at St. Mary's. And as Barry Sollenberger pointed out as our halftime show tonight, salute to great coaches that have come through St. Mary's. Ed Doherty, Pat Lavin, now Pat Farrell. 30 years with those 3 coaches. Great coaching tradition there. And they just seem to carry it on year after year. And this one will be marked down inside the 30-yard line.
We have 2 penalties here that have been stepped off. So
Donovan brings them up. On a sweep. Wrapped up and dropped. Todd Larson. Horizon scored first tonight. On the opening kickoff, they drove 80 yards. They were aided by a roughing the kicker penalty. They punched it in on a pass from Abel to Moore from 8 yards out. They led 7-0, and then Ryan Keeley started warming up. He went to Jim Sanson, then he went to Tarek McDonald. St. Mary's took a 13-7 halftime lead. They came out in the second half, and he found McDonald and Sanson again, and in between, Keeley ran for a touchdown. They will not have to snap the ball again, I don't believe. Clock winding down. You can see it. Hail to St. Mary's, the Class 5A state football champions for 1995. The Knights have done it. The Knights finish off a perfect season, 14 wins, no losses. Remarkably, through 14 football games this year, this team gives up a total of 75 points.
it can't be done, but you'd sure like to somehow package up this St. Mary's team and face it off against some of the other state championship teams we've seen over the years to see really who is the best. I suppose that's what makes sports in general and football and high school football interesting, is you can try to make those comparisons mentally. You'll never know for sure, but it's a good source of conversation anyway. But this is really, I think, one of the great teams in Arizona high school football history.
I was thinking back the other day, and I was talking to Pat Farrell on the phone and to his wife Julie, and I said, you know, the one team I think of back that was kind of like this one, very dominating, was that 1983 Mountain View football team, which was voted the team of the decade in the 80s. They didn't have much trouble winning a state title either, and neither did this one. Both these teams went 14-0. That Mountain View team, this St. Mary's team, and this one will be remembered long from now as one of the great teams ever. St. Mary's wins it by a score of 33-7. They win the state championship. We'll be back with more post-game activity from Sun Devil Stadium after this. Senior quarterback Ryan Keeley of St. Mary's. You take a look at those numbers, 4 touchdowns, and he also ran for one. And by the way, the 4 touchdown passes give him